Greetings. I'm going to do a little poem by Herbert Melville. Now, recently they've been trying to exalt Melville as a great poet. Melville's a great writer. Poetry is not his main thing. His poetry, if it appears best in Moby-Dick, Billy Budd, whatnot. There are some good poems, but this one is a very interesting one from an aesthetic argument standpoint. It's called Greek Architecture. Not magnitude, not lavishness, but form, the sight. Not innovating willfulness, but reverence for the archetype. Interesting, because that's kind of my definition of originality. It carries the word originate, so that the archetypal is contained in the original. And I vastly prefer the original to the novel. Right now, literature is immured in a fascism of the novel. And I don't mean the novel as a novel, I mean novelty. The idea of what he calls here innovating willfulness. What people have been doing to the short story, taking it away again from the three-dimensional character and the slow unfolding of character in unity with plot and turning it back to gimmicks is an innovating willfulness. And without the archetype in it, without that sense of the suddenly ancient, the anciently sudden, this literature lacks anything but novelty. And if we are in an age that can apprehend nothing but novelty, then we're a sorry age indeed. The greatest writers go back always to the origins. In ballet, I think there are the 6 or 7 basic steps from which all high classic ballet derives. And in literature, there is this archetypal substructure from which all originality comes. And I think that we should be aware of the workshop tendency and the graduate school tendency to make everything experimental, just so it's experimental. I mean, for no reason. And I wonder, where is this writing coming from anyway? You know, most of it's just coming from a verbal construct of ongoing play. All right, one's fiddling with oneself. You know, and besides, almost none of these experimental microfictions are as good as some of the best stories by Donald Barthelemy. And even Donald Barthelemy, read in single stories and brief moments, he's highly enjoyable. Read en masse, he starts to wear on you because there's no life under the trickery, and that's my opinion. I defend the validity of the Chekhovian story, of the Henry James idea that plot and character are unified, and that significance is not to be disparaged or mocked at all times. It's to be taken with a dose of exception. One should always test the idols to sound them out. But I think Melville's right here. Greek architecture. Not magnitude, not lavishness, but form, the sight. Not innovating willfulness, but reverence for the archetype. Pretty good. I got a feeling that Sophocles and the Greek Parthenon and whatever is going to outlast non-linear metafiction. Sorry.